Hi, I'm Sug.
I'm Dan.
This is the Demystified Zone. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Doing well.
Awesome. We got a lot going on in Korea, North Korea specifically. So we're going to jump right into it. Let me just ask you a warm-up question. If we could just warm up a little bit here.
Yeah. On this cold day.
Yes. This cold Chicago day. This is good. Tell me, what do you know about K-pop?
I don't know a lot. I think I'm dating myself, and I will continue to do that on this podcast. I'm an older guy, in my mid-40s.
You look great, though.
Thank you. It's the collagen. Yeah, I don't know very much. I know like of BTS and Blackpink and things like that, but I don't actively listen to those things.
Okay, but when you kind of set us up like I'm an older guy, so I thought you were going to give us like a older guy K-pop reference. Do you have any older guy K-pop references?
No, but okay. So as an older Korean American guy, I was, in high school, I was listening to more American pop music than anything.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't that as nearly as widely popular as it is today.
For our listeners out there who are not as familiar with K-pop, this is not a new phenomenon with BTS and Blackpink.
That's true.
Which, truth be told, I thought Blackpink was like a new fashion like color thing when I first did it. I had no idea what the heck that was.
Yeah.
That's me. But
yeah.
Same thing though. When I was a child, I didn't really know the K-pop, but K-pop's been around forever.
And it's been big in Asia for a long time.
Oh yeah. It's huge in Asia.
Yeah.
One of the few gifts we've given to this world is K-pop and K-dramas, I guess.
You're welcome, world.
Yes, you're welcome. From South Korea with love. But back in the day, so do you know what BTS stands for? I don't even know what that.
Back to school. I have no idea.
Mike, can you look that up? That's your first assignment for today. BTS. What does that stand for? Back in the day, it was HOT. You remember HOT?
HOT.
High five of teenager.
High five. I do remember that.
Kangta. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that. I'm the most not Korean person here. So, Bangtan Boys. BTS. Bangtan Boys. So the S, I guess, is the S there. Okay, cool. I don't know what Bangtan mean. What does Bangtan mean?
No idea.
Well, that's what it is. Anyway, okay. Yeah, I digress. K-pop's been around for a while, and I just wanted to talk about it because here it is in North Korean news. If y'all caught this on the Crossing Borders blog, there was a bunch of headlines, and this one particularly caught my eye, and it says, I'm just going to read it. The dance teacher, let me read the actual. North Korean teacher and students arrested for quote-unquote capitalist dance moves.
Yep.
And a dance teacher majoring in choreography in Pyeongseong University of Arts and taught at Okcheon High School in Pyeongseong, trying to scratch a living, starts to teach kids more Western styles or capitalist style of dance moves, aka hip-hop, K-pop, all the pops. She's popping. Basically, she's popping. And she got arrested, which is super sad. Yeah. And it seems, I think from this article, it seems like some of these kids who are also getting these lessons may have also been arrested, which also sounds terrible when I say that out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Kids getting arrested for
dancing.
Yeah. The North Korean government in 2020, so this is only a couple years ago, passed this Elimination of Reactionary Thought and Culture Act, which is crazy. I mean, this is straight like Ray Bradbury stuff right there. It's this, which criminalizes citizens for a range of capitalist deemed activities such as tinting car windows, using South Korean style speech and slang, watching, keeping, distributing media from capitalist countries, particularly the U.S. or South Korea. The law carries a maximum penalty of death for most serious offenses. This is no laughing matter, but nothing new though, right?
Yeah. I mean, okay, North Korea's relationship with South Korean entertainment has always been a sliding scale. So, not always, but since the influx of DVDs or video CDs into the country, I would say in the mid 2000s, it became like a huge thing. There have been, so during the mid 2000s, people were getting these things on the black market in North Korea. Because the dramas in South Korea, again, this is not a new thing. This has become more popular in the West these days. But Korean dramas, man, they've always been like super duper popular in Asia.
Yeah.
So in the mid 2000s, when North Korea was flooded with these things, there's always been like periods in which North Korea will react to the influx of this culture, right? Where people, I've heard over the years, people have been arrested for them, but then at other times they're not, and they're allowed to continue to watch. It is pretty widely known that people are watching these things now, and it's pretty widely accepted. If I were to guess about these things, I would guess that this is North Korea is making an example. If this is true, North Korean is making an example just to kind of scare people and say, hey, we're still out there. We're still monitoring you. Watch out. But there's no way they can eliminate this influx of culture now.
And imagine, like, I'm sure the numbers are higher now because back then, what are they sticking a VHS tape down their back shirt, like, or strapping them to their bodies? But now we at least got these like tiny flash drives that people can easily smuggle in. I mean, CDs aren't even that much easier, but they're smaller at least and
much
flat.
Smaller,
but I imagine just by technology advancing, the numbers have gone up, and maybe this is why we're seeing this more. Well, let me ask you that. Is this happening more often now, these crackdowns? Or do you feel like you said, it's just more purposefully done when they feel like they need to do it?
It is. It's so hard to tell. I think I mentioned this to you before, but I will say this a lot in this podcast. When we hear a story like this, right, you have to question, and the reporting originally was from Radio Free Asia.
Okay.
Right? They have people in North Korea planted as their quote unquote reporters. These reporters use cell phones that can connect to Chinese towers. So they would have to walk up to the border, call through China into the South Korean news bureaus, and report these things to them, right?
Got it.
So it's not the same level of reporting as, say, a news outlet, a trusted, whatever news outlet that people trust here in the U.S. It is not the same level of reporting. But it's something to note. It's interesting and things like that. But, crossing borders, for example, would never like create a new ministry from one of these reports, right? So everything coming out of North Korea, you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. But if you take a step back and look at the whole picture and all the reports, it's pretty consistent. Yeah. Right? The way that people report they've been tortured and whatever and things like that. But if you take a look at the individual stories and look at them for consistency or validity, you can never be sure.
Got it.
So anyway, so this story, is this a trend in North Korea? I'm not sure. There's no way that anyone could be 100% sure about that.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. Sorry, did I destroy your whole discussion topic?
Not at all. You build, Dan. You're a builder.
Thank you.
All right. I just I totally get that, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's just more. It's a little bit like I feel like that's why when we see things like this, it's just. I don't want to say ridiculous, but it comes off so ridiculous to us, and it is a serious subject, obviously, and people are suffering in this. But like when I read this headline, I mean, I can't help but I feel like I'm watching Footloose. This is Footloose.
Yeah, it is.
This woman is Kevin Bacon. She's been trying to dance. And
she's working so hard.
She is.
Yeah.
And they've outlawed dance. They've literally outlawed dance. Mm-hmm. And Kim Jong-un is John Lithgow over here, like cracking down on the dance. Let the kids dance.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, North Korea, they do want to maintain their cultural integrity. So that's why they use these scare tactics like this. That's why I believe they continue to do so.
Okay, we're going to switch to something lighter here.
Okay.
What are acceptable dance moves in North Korea? Like, they deem these capitalist dance moves. That does not sound very cool and sexy to me, capitalist dance moves. Like, but that pretty much covers everything. Like,
no,
what's not a capitalist dance move?
They danced before the invention of capitalism.
No, I mean, okay, let me rephrase. You're right. What is an acceptable form of dance? Have you ever seen a North Korean dance?
Yeah, I have actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Describe, please.
It's very traditional. So when I used to go to China, in China, there are these North Korean own and run restaurants.
Okay.
Right? Where, this is pretty crazy. So the waitresses are all from North Korea, right? And they serve Korean food in a very traditional way. So like, North Korea is very famous for their cold noodles.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yes.
And the very traditional way they serve it in North Korea is the way they do it in these restaurants. And all the dishes are like that. So the waitresses are North Korean women, and they are also entertainers. So they'll be like serving you food, and then they'll break into song. And one of them's playing bass, one of them's playing guitar, electric guitar, another one's playing drums, and they'll break out in one of the most famous songs in North Korea, pop songs, is called "반갑습니다," right?
Okay.
I'll sing it for you.
Oh, please, yes.
반갑습니다, 반갑습니다, and it's
that's pretty poppy.
It's very poppy, and it's been like.
That's awesome.
It's been North Korea's #1 song for like 30 years. Like on their accepted, pop charts or whatever, right? It's been like #1. Anyway, 반갑습니다 is like nice to meet you. So anyway, they'll be
their
dancing.
happy birthday, maybe.
Like,
that's their happy birthday song.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's timeless.
Yeah, is it right there? Yeah.
Okay. If you YouTube this, everyone, you see singing and dancing at the Pyongyang restaurant, North Korean restaurant
in Amsterdam.
Can't read.
Yeah, so they have these restaurants all over the world. Obviously not in America, but
hold on, Mike. Let that play for a little bit. I want to check out these moves. Okay, she got a little swagger, a little hand. Okay, feet together. Her feet have not really moved that far, more than 6 inches apart. Maybe that's part of the rules.
Yeah, she's staying in her pocket.
Yeah, but she's got some bop. She got a little bop to her.
Yeah. So. Yeah, whether a move is capitalist or not, I think what they're getting at is like a modern Western dance move.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know if that move is because if she was literally singing like Mary J. Blige and doing those moves, wouldn't it look like a little bit more modern, right? Like
I don't know. I don't know. I can see Mary J. Blige doing the
반갑습니다.
반갑습니다. Yeah. I can see Mary J. She got a little. That lady had a little Mary J. in her. I mean, very far from, but I could see it getting there. Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is hypothetical, but have we seen Kim Jong-un ever, pop a lock, bust a move? Have we ever seen that guy dance? Move a little, maybe even a little shimmy, tapping of the foot? Nothing.
No, I've seen him clap.
Okay, that's something. Yeah. Clapping's okay.
Yeah.
Based on his clapping, you think he's a good dancer? I mean,
Yeah,
he traveled like to like Switzerland or something like that, and he studied everything. He must have gotten a couple dance classes.
I mean, if he was into the NBA, then he must have been into some sort of hip hop.
There you go.
Right? Or
Exactly.
at least heard, right?
Yeah.
If I had to guess, just by the way he moves, I would say no. He does not look like a dancer to me.
He's a little stiff.
He's a little stiff, yeah.
But you know, like sometimes those big guys, they can like, you know, they can move. Like they're surprising.
Trust me, I know.
I wasn't looking at you when I said big guy, okay? You did that to yourself. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What would you guess? Do you think he would be a good dancer?
Okay, this is how I would picture it. He's definitely got a crew. You know, like he's the guy in the front that like can't really dance, but then his crew makes him look like he can dance. You know, he's just doing a little bit of whoop, 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 maybe a hand clap here and there, and then, you know, he's got like Usher back there, like doing all the moves for him, you know, to make him look good. And you know what? That is K-pop. You know, you can't be K-pop unless you have at least minimum 6 people in your group. There's no solo dancing in Korean music.
Yeah.
No solos. It's got to be a group of at least 10 to 20, you know? Then you're K-pop.
Yeah, that's true.
So he would have like a crew of like dudes like him. And you know what? I think that would look pretty dope too. Even if they were minimalizing, they were just like clapping together. I guess that's what their army does.
Exactly.
You know,
the high.
Yeah, you know, that looks like a dance in itself. That army like march, they're like popping at that weird rhythm.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
talking about?
They kick their legs up and hop a little bit.
Mike, pull up some North Korean army marches because I'm telling you, this is a dance.
As he's doing that, I mean, and Mike, if you could look this up too at the same time. So North Korea, a couple years ago, did try to start their own, like, I think girl band. Yeah, girl pop band.
Really?
So
NK pop. We got some NK pop coming.
NK pop.
With 반갑습니다.
I think
as their one and only track.
Their banger, as the kids call it.
Okay, check this out. Check this out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
it's actually awesome.
If you're listening,
Crazy.
go ahead to YouTube. Just YouTube North Korea stages massive parade. Okay, and check out this. Go back, Mike. Go back to that first clip. Just check out the beginning. These soldiers, these high step popping. Oh my god, look at that! It's got like
amazing
pop to it.
Yeah,
that's K-pop right there. Look at these guys.
Not a bead of sweat on their head. Dude.
Oh my gosh! Look at this. Their feet are shared like lifting off the ground as they walk. This is
Pretty
crazy.
Cool.
Well, okay, wait. I'm sorry. I cut you off. So you're saying that there is a potential K-pop girl group here, North Korean K-pop.
I read that a few years ago, especially during the Olympics in Pyeongchang. They were starting something. Am I wrong about that? Yeah, right there. Watch from North Korea's most famous pop group. Exactly. I've never watched this before.
Okay, we're looking at a Guardian video on YouTube again. Thank you, YouTube.
Thank you.
And just says watch hits from North Korea's most famous pop group.
Oh, that did not look very.
Okay, we got like soldiers in the band. This NK uniform is the band uniform.
Like the women.
They look like nurses. Maybe that's on purpose.
Military, yeah.
Okay, military nurses.
Oh, they got modern drums.
Oh, this is this is full on like Star Search right now.
Yeah.
Mother's Birthday, Morangbang Band.
Okay.
Is that what that means? Morangbang? Morangbong?
I have no idea.
Okay, look at these ladies. They look like 1950s nurses.
Yeah.
All right. Not much dancing, I would say.
Yeah, not much
But
dancing.
you know what? They're in sync though, if anything. Even their singing.
Oh.
Okay, they got some piano jams. Violin jams. They got it all.
Yeah.
They're a band. Whether it's K-pop. This lady is just
electric guitar
shredding
solo.
her guitar right now.
Oh.
Okay, well that answers it. I mean, check that out. We definitely have. I mean, I wouldn't call it. I don't know if I call this pop. It's something.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's
They're not doing pop moves for sure. Capitalist pop moves. But man, that drummer is getting down.
She was. She's going after it for sure.
Okay, so can I finish my story about the restaurant?
Please, yes.
Okay, because this is hilarious.
All right.
So Mike Kim, our my co-founder, he went to that restaurant with, his cover in China was to study North Korean Taekwondo.
Okay.
So he went with his Taekwondo masters to this restaurant.
Okay.
In Northeast China, and they noticed that the waitresses, not only were they good waitresses, not only did they sing and dance, but they had single knuckles. Like when you're a fighter, your knuckles like swell up, so it looks like they had one knuckle.
Oh my God! What? No.
So anyway, if you punch a lot, and
Okay, you got punching hands.
So they noted his Taekwondo instructors noticed, like, hey, oh my gosh, it looks like you're training for a fight. And then Mike or someone in the group said, hey, do you think you could take this guy? And this woman coldly stares at him and says, easily.
Oh my God!
So there's rumors that these women are like spies, are like waitress,
for sure,
singers / spies.
I mean, come on. If they're that talented, they're rocking the bass, serving food, and jamming jams.
Yeah,
they're beating some fools up. Come on, you know this. You know that. North Korea is not going to let their bottom tier group out of the country. They're only sending out their best to the Chinese restaurants, I guess. That's where they got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and having gone to these restaurants, there is this coldness. There's this coldness in their eye.
Oh my gosh.
It's chilling.
So after they like woo you with their song and dance
and their food
and their panchan, and they can just do a bam, neck chop you and you're gone.
You're gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's all messed up that I'm like more interested now. like that sounds even more cool and interesting to me as a K-pop band, undercover It's like was it Austin Powers? Yeah, Austin Powers was like undercover, and he was a music guy, and
yeah, you have to do it all as a spy.
They're the fembots.
Yeah. Or Beyonce character was a musician.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
That is crazy. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, let's talk about. Well, I want to ask you. Let's go into more. Let's get even lighter. Let's go even lighter than that.
Okay.
All right. Tell me. You didn't tell me very much about K-pop, so I know the answer is going to be no to this. But do you know any K-pop dance moves? Mike, can you pull that link up for me?
No, I don't. I don't know, but I've watched K-pop and I could sort of get the vibe of it. If you want to see it, you can do it.
No, it's okay. That's why
you don't want to see it.
That's why we're a podcast. It's specifically for that reason.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what? There's not like. I'm going to be honest with you. When I was looking at this, because I don't know this stuff, it's always like a group thing. There's not like one move, like the funky chicken or like the Running Man or something like that. It's not that. That's very American. And I guess it reflects the culture. It's a group thing. It's a collective move.
Yeah, that's
where
true.
you see like these groups do it. Like here we go. Like the heart attack. Yeah. It's a move, but there's like 6 women doing it. There's like this finger gun thing. No nose. And they're always like very elaborately choreographed. So
yeah.
It's always like it looks wonderful. Like it's very Korean. We're very good about the little intricacies. That's why we're so good at like archery and things like that, like shooting and micro skill things.
Golf,
popping and golf, exactly. Popping and locking. Let me ask you this then, since you do have a more Americanized background, you American. What are the dance moves you learned when you were growing up? What were the fad moves you knew?
Oh, great question. Running Man, it's always that's my jam.
Okay.
Growing up in the late 80s, early 90s.
How often would you pop that out? Were you a dancer? Were you like
No.
Were you a dancing kid? Even like in your room by yourself? Were you doing that?
I was by myself, definitely. I don't know if you knew this. I'm pretty coordinated.
Okay.
And I got a little rhythm.
Okay.
So I could do the Running Man for sure. And I was never like formally trained. But I could.
trained.
My parents never took me to 80s hip hop dance classes.
Yeah.
Not that those existed.
I mean, I don't think any Korean parent ever did that. Korean American parent ever did that, but sure. Is that a thing? People do that?
These days, definitely.
Okay.
But not in the 80s.
Okay.
90s. But yeah, I could do the Running Man.
Yeah, you've only named one so far, like 5 times. No,
The man
was that
running?
the only? Is that the only movie you had?
The Jogging Man. No, like Electric Slide, Cabbage Patch, all of that stuff.
Okay. What about more modern stuff?
More like.
Anything after
Could
like
you
2010?
name a more modern?
Yeah. Okay. How about
move?
like? Oh, here. How about Gangnam Style? Did you ever do the Gangnam Style?
Yeah.
You could do it.
Not well. No.
But what? Give me an example. Where did you pull this out? Were you like at a wedding or something?
Yeah, definitely at a wedding. I was at my daughter. She was in preschool. There was like this party at the school, and we were the only Asian family at that school at the time. And Gangnam Style came out, and they all like looked at me like, "Do something, man."
Oh.
And I was like, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? I don't.
But that's still an opportunity. An opportunity is an opportunity.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? North Korea is doing it right now. They're hitting up these Chinese restaurants. They're not missing a beat. All right, and I bring all this up because I think I'm very similar to you. I did not have dance training, formal dance training.
Yeah.
I think in general, and again, I'm speaking in generalities, and maybe even more specifically in terms of Midwest, Chicagoland area, most of us were not good dancers. I mean, yeah, you had a lot of us practicing in their homes doing the HOT. Mike is a great dancer.
Yeah.
You could tell he looks like he was
Twinkle
HOT.
toes.
Yeah. But most of us were not.
Yeah.
And, I feel like there was a little loss of something there. Like I as an adult now,
Yeah.
I go crazy at weddings. I've got you know me, I'm shameless, so I will put it out there. But I lack the rhythm. My wife, she's a very good dancer. She will never admit it in front of me, and she's probably gonna be angry that I said that now. But
I gotta ask her.
yeah, don't please. But okay, in the spirit of that, I thought, okay, you know what, North Korea, you just need to name some of these dance moves. If you just name some of these, maybe they will be your own thing. Versus you feeling the need to suppress. I mean, come on. Was it Pangapsamnida? I keep forgetting the name.
Pangapsamnida.
Pangapsamnida. Like, let's spice it up a little.
Yeah.
KJU, come on. So here, I thought of some really good dance moves, and maybe I know you weren't ready for this, but you're gonna come up with some on the spot too. All right.
Sure.
So, easy one. Okay. We just go to our brothers and sisters in South Korea, North Korea. We say, we're going to have a Pyongyang style dance move.
Okay.
Right? We just take it straight. We just steal straight from our brother Sai. Easy start, okay?
Yeah.
Whenever you meet up with South Korea, they're going to bust out Gangnam. You bust out your Pyongyang style. And maybe that's
Pyongyang,
maybe that's a little like finger claps or something. Like little head bobs or who knows. Okay?
Okay.
You got one?
The name of
Just come up with a dance move that we can pitch to North Korean army and government, whoever's running things over there, and say, hey, let's take this thing that you think is bad and turn this frown upside down. Let's make it something good. Let's
unify
use it.
the peninsula.
Not only that, let's just make, clearly these crazy army warrior princesses are coming out and they can pop and lock, but they're not giving the moves.
They're not giving the moves.
Let's give them the moves. Let's weaponize their dance moves here. All right, while you think about it, I got another one here.
I got one.
Okay, give it.
How about, the Naengmyeon, shuffle. The Naengmyeon shuffle.
I like that. The Naengmyeon shuffle. Maybe
Naengmyeon is a point of pride.
It is. Naengmyeon is
Korea.
so good.
It's
oh
so
my
good.
god, I love Naengmyeon.
It's like soba noodles, right?
It's awesome. Naengmyeon shuffle. Yeah, you kind of shimmy when you eat Naengmyeon. You're like, oh,
yeah,
Naengmyeon.
exactly. You could,
Yeah, I like that.
move the arms, move the body a little bit.
Okay, I got a couple here.
Yeah.
I've got. This is from our friend Mr. Trump, the Rocket Man March.
Oh,
We already got the march right now. The soldiers popping lock. Let's just turn that into a dance move. Call it something,
Oh, sounds.
The march right there. You just pop up like that. Yeah.
Oh wow.
We've got the KJ crossover, the KJ step, and he loves basketball. Why can't he get a little side step in there?
Yes.
And maybe because we don't think he's a good dancer, we change that to the dear leader lean.
Oh,
where he doesn't have to move.
Yeah, I could just kind of.
He can just kind of roll his shoulders a little bit like this,
I could see him being very good at that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now we got some political moves like the sanction slide. Come on, when you got you know what I'm saying? Get out of that sanction. Be like, yep. See ya.
Yeah.
See ya, UN and West allies. I ain't gonna buy that sanction. North Korea, you hearing me right now? I think these are great ideas. Please let me know.
Yeah.
This is not necessarily original, but I think just the old-fashioned thunderclap. that just already looks like a move that they do.
That's old now?
Thunderclap? Yeah.
Oh,
Thunderclap's old. I mean, that came back like way back then and it got reinvented. And
oh, I see. Okay.
But, I think they should use that thunderclap. That looks very much like, launch a missile. Thunderclap. Get sanctioned.
They do. Okay, so the reason why we laugh at North Korea, it's not because the suffering. We love North Korea, obviously,
oh, yes,
right? But
clearly,
like from a PR perspective, right? Like they seem so out of it because of their lack of hipness. And that's what we want to add to the regime.
Oh,
right?
100%.
Build a bridge to us, North Korea.
Yes.
Build a cultural bridge to us, and maybe we could relate.
Exactly. Don't lie to us. We know you like dance moves. Come on. Everyone loves dance moves. That's human nature.
Everyone wants to dance.
Clearly, you got these K-pop bands, Korean K-pop bands, these big shows happening.
Yeah.
Let's just start someone. Let's loosen up a little bit. Show us your dance moves.
Up.
I'm not asking you to look at your taxes and stuff. Just show us your dance moves. Don't show us your finances. Just give us a little dance move. That's it. That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah, I agree. 100%.
All right. Well, Dan, why don't you take us out with a little thunderclap here? Let's get some thunderclap. Sing your 반갑습니다.
반갑습니다. 반갑습니다.
The mission of Crossing Borders is to show the compassion of Christ to North Korean refugees and their children. If you want to give, get involved, or just learn more, check out our website at crossingbordersnk.org.